this tiny van behind me is going to be our home for the next 2 weeks as we try van life in America for the very first time. The first 48 hours of van life has thrown us a few curveballs that we definitely didn't plan for. So our water pump is deciding to be a bit temperamental, but if we can figure this out, this van is going to take us to some of the most insane campsites and national parks that California has to offer. So is van life in America going to be a great idea or a terrible one?
Oh my god.
We have a van!
This is huge.
We're so far from
I
each
know.
other.
I just realized that there's a set in the middle. Who's coming?
It has been a huge day of travel and we only just got the van. If you watched our last video, you'll know we were just in Florida and this morning we woke up at 3 a.m. in Orlando to catch our first flight to Denver. After a quick layover, we then jumped on our second flight to make our way here to San Francisco. And honestly, our body clocks have no idea what's going on right now. We've jumped time zones, we've had very little sleep, and it's all just a little bit chaotic. But we made it, and we are so excited to be picking up this van and kicking off our California road trip. Now we have to grab groceries because we have absolutely no food to eat. We absolutely need a coffee, and we need to find somewhere to camp for the night pretty much within the next 4 hours.
And like any American road trip, it starts at the one place at Walmart. Oh wait, drive.
That would be it.
What is this? Oh my god, how did this get here? Gee, everything's moving everywhere. Strap in everything.
You can tell we've never done van life before.
Jacqueline just found out that there are no toilets in this van. So we're gonna have to figure something out. And hopefully Walmart can provide.
It just hit me. I just thought, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. And then I was like, there's no toilet. Like there's nothing. There's no solution for a toilet. And because we don't have a campsite booked tonight or pretty much any night except for when we're in Yosemite National Park, I don't know if we're gonna stay at campsites.
Am I going
to go left? Yes, that's why I said go left.
Like hard
yes,
left?
and you went into the most furthest. You did good.
Now let's go rob Walmart because we got a ton of things to buy.
Big grocery shop.
It is 2:30. We literally just walked in. The first thing we see, Jacqueline stops. Curious to see how long it's gonna take. My gosh, just focus, you animal.
Wow.
Maybe I should take, what the hell is a hot dog chili sauce?
I don't know, but don't get it.
How much is that? 86 cents, we'll try it.
It's good.
For
yeah.
apéro. So you know they always say never go grocery shopping when you're hungry? We are starving, so this is the worst thing you could do right now.
I'm so hungry and I need a coffee so bad. Okay, let's get out of this aisle. This is just like a bad price item.
What's the verdict?
143.
Wow. US dollars.
Obviously.
Okay. Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
Oh, there is a condo.
Ah, I'm so glad we didn't buy one.
Pan is so tiny. This is what it's come to. It's always the way that when you're super hungry, you go buy a whole bunch of groceries, but then you're too hungry to even make the food that you just bought the groceries to make, and you end up eating chips. Yes, we did have a fight whilst I was making lunch because he was getting in my way in this tiny van.
Look what she pulled out. We didn't have a fight, by the way. Van life. Eating at a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, our first meal in the van is in a Walmart parking lot. I don't know how we're gonna fit all of our stuff in this tiny van. I think I underestimated how small it was. Okay, we have nourished ourselves. We've made coffee. We also have snacks.
Snacks.
And we may have found a potential camping spot for tonight. So we're gonna start making our way there. It is 4:15. Google says it's a 2 hours and 15-minute drive. 2 hours and 15-minute drive, which would get us there around 6:30, which would be nice. But we'll see how long it really takes and if the first campsite we try is gonna be any good. We've just taken this kind of beautiful road off the highway.
Oh my god!
And we have an amazing view of this valley. It's so pretty. And it's all mountainous and pine trees.
Whoa!
Very cool.
Oh my god, this is so beautiful! I'm really looking forward to getting there.
So this is our campsite for the night. It's definitely not ideal because, well, that is the road right there. But on the other hand, our view is wow. Also, the ground isn't exactly level. 7 p.m. the sun will be setting. I mean, it's already just set behind this hill, but it'll be getting dark in the next like 45 minutes. So we didn't want to waste too much time finding the perfect campsite. Hopefully after tonight, it'll only get better and better. And I mean, honestly, who can complain with this view? It's been a very, very, very long day. We woke up at 3 a.m. this morning and our body thinks it's 10 p.m. So we are absolutely exhausted. I have no idea how on earth we are going to unpack our stuff. All of this stuff here, a suitcase, 2 backpacks, plus there's camping chairs and this gigantic camping table they gave us. Like, look how small this van is. I honestly have no idea how we're going to unpack and fit all this stuff in here in an organized way that is not going to drive us absolutely crazy and have us fighting each other every day.
Why would we fight? No need to fight.
I can't believe how well that just went. We packed the van, organized it, completely got it. I'm gonna show you guys because I'm honestly impressed. Okay, she's looking pretty bare. Like, we didn't just unpack a suitcase and 2 backpacks in here. So we actually managed to get our suitcase up behind here, and inside the suitcase is my empty backpack. And then all the stuff that was up here, we just were able to kind of shove it around the suitcase and pack it a bit tighter. And then on this side, we have our wardrobe. Then in this one is our spare water and toilet paper. Stuff we probably won't need to access until we run out. And then on the other side, we have, to begin with, our food basket. That one might change a little bit actually, because now that I'm looking at it, everything's piled on top of each other, so we will have to take things out to get to the thing that we actually want, which might become a bit annoying, but maybe that'll also just be something we have to live with. Then we have kind of like a miscellaneous box, and this one currently just has a beach umbrella in it.
Basically, we're organizing kings and queens.
Real quick before we continue with this video, we are actually in the future now. We've been living in this van for 2 weeks and we've made it all the way through California to Nevada. We've been sharing our travels on Instagram and we got a ton of questions about the van there. So we're just gonna give you a quick kind of rundown because we thought you guys might also have a few questions. We rented this van from Travelers Autobahn and it's their Cougar model van. It's quite small, but it seems to work for just the 2 of us. So this is our dining area, our work desk, and this also gets converted into our bed. And it also comes with a fully equipped kitchen with a 2-burner gas stove, a very large fridge with a lot of storage in it. The cupboard doors have these like latches on them so they don't fly open when you're driving around. Actually, nothing has flown open, which has been quite good. Has USB charging points down here, and then it also has charging points in the front, and you can plug into a power outlet, but only if you're connected to electricity. And that's basically it. There's lots of windows, which are really nice because it just lets air flow through the van. And just in case you're wondering, it comes with a 56-gallon water tank, which is fresh water. And that lasts us, if we're not being conservative, 3 days. If we are being conservative, it actually lasts us a lot longer. And then the propane gas, which is what we use to cook with, is just stored in there. We just turn it on when we want to cook, turn it off when we're done. And that's pretty much the van. Obviously there's a driving cab, but it's just like any driving cab. So we grabbed this one in San Francisco, like I said, from Travelers Auto Barn. If you guys want to check them out, we will pop a link to them in the description, and they've provided everything that we need. We haven't had to buy anything specific for the van apart from obviously our food and drinking water, which is consumable stuff. It's been amazing, and so we're really falling in love with the van as well, like just the van life. She's very small, but she seems to work and she has everything that we need. We're loving it. It's like our home now. We're very reluctant to give it back. That's pretty much it. I'm actually surprised that we don't have a million things kind of like floating around everywhere. Max and I are pretty light packers in the sense that every single thing that is in our bag or in our suitcase, we actually use on almost a daily basis. Like definitely an every other day basis. We don't carry things for the just in case. We use every single thing. So we need to be able to access every single thing whilst we're in the van. But surprisingly, it fits really well. And I just thought it was going to be so much more of a mess. Maybe living out of a drawer under our bed won't be much different than living out of a suitcase. Van life so far in the last 4 hours that we've been doing it has been a little bit of a roller coaster. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
Not the best coffee. Instant coffee. Ugh. The worst part is instant coffee is not even cheap. Just put a jumper on.
But it's under the bed.
Oh.
I can't reach it. I have no clothes. Good morning, California.
Ooh.
California girl.
Oh! Alright, well, it is still very early, but we actually have an errand to run this morning because pretty much all of our clothes are really dirty. If you watched our last video, we actually just wrapped up a road trip to Key West in the Florida Keys, which was incredible. We were actually on the road for a week, and so now we are in desperate need of some clean clothes. There is a laundromat nearby. I think we're gonna go and try and get our washing done and then have breakfast at the same time before we can continue on today. After another 2 hours of driving, we have made it to Lake Tahoe. Wow, what an incredible place to be. This is gorgeous. Our first stop is Tahoe City, which is much more of a very, very small town than a city, but that's the name, and it's just, oh. But for now, we're just gonna have a quick walk around the city or town. It is very, very small, so it's not gonna take us long to have a quick look around. It's also very adorable. Like all of the buildings are real mountain vibe architecture, which I absolutely love. We're gonna have a quick look around there, and then we might go and do one of the hiking trails that they have around here because they have plenty of those, and we'll get a really good view of the lake if we climb up a little bit. Just a little bit of shopping. Not at Sunglasses Hat, but at the thrift store here.
And as usual, I bought more than Jacqueline.
This drive around Lake Tahoe is 10 out of 10. It is such a gorgeous road with so much to look at. We're just making our way now from where we were in Tahoe City down to South Tahoe Lake. And the sun does set pretty late, which is nice. So we'll see how we go for sunlight hours and finding a campsite and all of that. But nevertheless, this drive is just impeccable. And I'm so excited for the rest of California. We couldn't keep driving. We had to stop and check out the view.
California, day one.
Now this is what van life is about. It's about visiting small towns. It's about finding amazing viewpoints and just exploring slowly and making little stops along the way. This is exactly it. Today has been absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe where we are.
For anyone that's not from the States, being in the States and seeing those places you see so much of in the media is just such a cool feeling. A lot of the places that you think you see in the media, it's like exaggerated, or it's like, it cannot be like that. California, wow, you always think of it as like the coolest place on earth. And in one day, if this is what you get, super stoked, super stoked.
Well, camp for the night. We found this one on iOverlander. Again, that's the app that we used yesterday as well. We didn't pre-book any campsites, if that's not obvious to you just yet. So we're kind of just winging it. Because also when you pay for a camper van, it almost feels wrong to then also pay for somewhere to park that camper van for the night. It kind of takes away from the whole feeling of van life. So we're trying it out. We'll see how we go.
This is sound of the river. It's gonna be cold. We have a pine tree right there. There's green grass.
No, it's a beautiful spot to spend the night.
Yeah.
Okay, dinner time. We are going to make a taco bowl, which is basically just taco mix with mince and beans and corn and that kind of stuff with rice in a bowl. We're just gonna leave out the actual taco shell of it. So I guess you could also call it a burrito bowl, but it's super easy to make. You only need 2 pots. It takes like 20 minutes to do. Max and I have actually done a lot of car camping with like rooftop tents and like cooking on tiny little stoves. But I'm pretty good at cooking super simple meals, but I usually have the one issue of trying to be healthy while we do it. And obviously the easiest thing to cook is just boil some pasta and stick some sauce in there. We would definitely will be doing that on this trip. So I have that option in our little kitchen. But tonight, I'm in the mood for something yummy. Bon appetit.
Wow, that is so pretty. And turkey mince. Look at GPS first. Oh my god, it's cold.
We obviously ran out of time yesterday to do a hike, but luckily our campsite last night was right next to what someone commented on and said was the favorite hike they've ever done. So we're actually trying to do more running lately, and we are training for quite a big running event. So we figure this is going to be a great opportunity to try a trail run. So it's a 16-kilometer hike there and back, and we're gonna try and basically jog as much as we can. We are 4 kilometers in, which means we are halfway to the halfway point. We're getting there, halfway through the hard part.
Who says you're walking? No one's walking here. Are they?
Wow.
It's gonna be cold.
Well, our first 48 hours of van life has been an adventure, but honestly, even like with the chaos or anything that wasn't ideal, I think we're gonna love the next month.
The amount of beauty we've seen in the first 2 days here in California is out of this world.
The van life obviously is not without its difficulties. There was a mouse in our clothes. But in my opinion, the difficulties are outweighed by the amazing views and experiences you get to have with van life. Being able to wake up on the trail this morning and do that little run was absolutely incredible, and the views are amazing. So I'm gonna say thumbs up for van life in America.